All right, what's up, guys? So back at the storage unit. I'm gonna be working on this 240, but I finally got the engine together, and it's all back in the car again. So we're gonna try to do as much as possible here today. I ain't got much left, but stay tuned for that. I'm sorry, but also sorry, November is gonna be my last month here, so you're gonna see why eventually in the next couple months or so. But now let's get back to this car. Like I said, I already put the engine back in. It's all ready to go. You're not gonna be seeing a lot of the progress going on into this car because I was trying to get it out of the way real quick. But as you can tell, guys, right now I gotta put the throttle body in place, put some oil in it, and then tomorrow I'm getting my oil filter and my valve cover gasket and some bolts that my buddy's going to be hooking me up with. But as you can tell, guys, there it is. Engine is finally back in the car. I'm happy with it. Harness is in place. It's all cleaned up as well. I did a lot of work on this engine. I'm really satisfied with how it came out. I cleaned up everything I could and make it look as clean as possible. I am going to be selling this engine. I have someone that wants it, so selling the whole swap from this car. Has a muffler, everything, resonator, all ISR performing exhaust on this car. That's going to be sold. The trans and drive shaft as well. So that's going to be a little bit later on, but I might just enjoy this car for a little bit longer and see what happens once this is running. So you will see this running by the end of the video. But now, let's go ahead, pop in that throttle body, start connecting the master flow sensor and all the hoses here for the vacuum lines. And hopefully tomorrow we can have this running. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and pull this off real quick and let the camera fall. Where are you? All right, so now that we have that off, let's go ahead and pop this throttle body back in place. It's real quick, nothing crazy. And just like this. So guys, I need a vacuum hose for the valve cover to the intake. What I'm actually gonna do is pulling this one off. I already chopped it, but I'm showing you where I'm getting it from. All it is for vacuum, which is gonna go right here to the valve cover, just like that. And that pops over here, and it's gonna sit right there. Doesn't look too bad, so that's gonna be like that. And I need a little one from here. So now I didn't bring the oil. I totally forgot about it. I didn't even put it in the truck. So what I'm gonna do now is come back tomorrow, put the oil in, the valve cover in, and the oil filter, and then I'm gonna crank up the engine, let it build up some oil pressure before I actually run it, just in case. So after that, once the pressure is built up really good, I'm gonna go ahead and put the plugs in, my distributor cap right back on, and my wires, and gap the plugs as well, just in case. But other than that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. And let's go ahead and pour this in place all the way down the camshafts, just like that. Oh, got it outside of it. Oh, got it wet. I don't like that. Let's grab this, clean it up. All right, what's up, guys? I am back at the storage unit. It's been one day since I was here. I did manage to find the valve cover gasket for the 240. I found my issue because on this thing, this head is actually off a K24, but the S13, not a S14, so it does change up. It's kind of a new thing for me since I'm finally doing KA stuff, or only one time thing, but I'm gonna be keeping JZs all around here, so I'm not a big fan of a KA. Either way, there ain't nothing wrong with it. I have the other one, but some of you guys will know, but as you can tell, these two holes line up perfectly. They're even. Same in the front, nothing changes. But on the KA24 for the S14s, one of the holes, I think it's that left rear one, this hole would be actually offset a little bit more, about half an inch out, so it won't fit perfectly on this head. So I wish I would have known, but finally got the right one here. It looks right, and let's go ahead finish this up. Fuck. All right, guys, there you go. It's finally on there. The bolts are in place. Our RTV down completely. So what I'm gonna do right now is actually top it off with oil. This is trash, so all the trash has been going yonder that way. So now let's go ahead, pop this right in place. But I'm gonna get one of the clamps here off over this engine. But other than that, we're gonna put oil in it. I'm gonna hook up the battery, prime the engine itself with some oil so it doesn't have to be dry when I first start it up. But let's go ahead, pour in the rest of the oil in it and see how much longer I'll need to actually have this thing running. So we'll see what happens here. Battery's in. Let's go ahead, prime the oil, and then we're gonna start it. And right now I'm putting the plugs back in, and then I'm gonna be putting the cap back on and see if it starts. It's good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and connect these. Let her eat. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Getting there. More? Alright, good morning, guys. Sorry, Sunday. It's been a couple of days I've been working on this 240. I am on the way back to the storage unit. I'm going to be fixing a little issue from last night. So you're going to see the car is running now, but I do have a slight oil leak from the upper timing cover, and I'll show you here in a second. Alright guys, so here's the car. My issue last night was I was having a small oil leak on the edge of the timing cover right here in the back side, if I remember right. Squirting right around the edge right there. So what I'm going to do is actually pull that apart, and I'm going to pull valve covers off, pull the wires out, pull the distributor, and then that front timing cover. It's not too bad to do, but then again, I might as well do it now than later because I don't want oil everywhere over here. So let's go ahead and pull this off and then have it all back together here in a bit. But I'm not going to show you this. I'm going to have to clean this whole place out. As you can tell, big mess here, and all this stuff right here is gonna have to get organized, put in boxes, because I will be moving out here in a few weeks. So besides that, let's have this done and ready. Alright, so I did this so I can pull all these stuff out because there's a lot of trash over here. Right now I have other things to do, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be moving all these engines to the side, clean up everything really good, and then the think. I'm gonna start pulling these tires out, putting them on the Ranger, and just organizing things so I can be ready to go once I move out. But all right, forget what we're gonna do around here. Let's just finish this thing up, because I'm already frustrated. I'm trying to finish this thing already, and then little things come up, you know. But besides this, it's running really good. I'm really happy. But let's get this out of the way. All right, guys. So now, as you can tell, it's back together. There was a little spot on the timing cover itself that was barely missing any. It was barely missing an RTV, but it was just enough for it to squirt out. So I put a little bit extra on that one spot, and it's all back together. Let's go ahead, set this to top dead center so I can actually set the distributor on time. So what I'm using is pull the plug out, I use a dipstick that I pulled off my JZ over here, and that's gonna let me know if it's top dead center or not. And then also, quick tip, use one of your plugs or your wires here to see exactly where your top dead center would be at on compression stroke. So what I'm gonna do is just set this in place. So right there, and then just add this plug here. So once it pops out and you start cranking that engine, it's gonna pop it out, you knowing that you're gonna be in compression stroke. So I'm gonna do that, and before it pops it out completely, on this timing stuff, it's pretty simple. Put a top dead center, and then rotor on there is gonna be pointing towards the number 1 cylinder on the distributor. That's when you know it's gonna be top dead center on this. So as long as it's pointing towards number 1, you'll be perfect. But other than that, guys, we're gonna let this dry up for a whole day. I'll come back tomorrow, start it up, and be 100% sure that it's perfect and no more leaks. And now I am actually starting to put all the power wires to the rear, because I'm not going to be having a battery in the back at all. But this cable right here, it's going to go straight to the front, and it's going to be going towards my fuse box panels and all that stuff there. And then this other smaller one is going to be for my alternator and my starter power wires. All right, guys, so now for the actual power wire over here, I'm going to be putting this up front just in case if I ever have to jump off the car, I'll have that spot there as well. So what I'm actually going to be doing is right on here on the window motor, I'm going to be using it as the mount, since it does have a hole right here and it fits perfectly how it should be. So I'm not trying to do crazy stuff on this car as of right now. Just like that, it goes in here to the bottom over there, and it'll be perfect spot for this to be at. So now let's go ahead. I might have to push the car a little bit further out so I can open this door and get inside of there, because I ain't trying to do too much work. But man, let's see what we do. Let's go ahead and finish this up. All right, guys, so as you can tell, batteries in here. That's how it's gonna sit in there, but I'm gonna be having a bracket here or battery hold down for this as well, but that's all in place, and it's all ran through back here as well, and it's locked. So it's all ran through the inside over there, as you can tell, down through the side, and connects over here. And then that alternator wire and starter wire I told you about, that one goes to the alternator. So, and then there's another one to the starter right there, that black wire. Both of them are in place together. All right, guys, so it's kind of rigged up right now. I'm gonna have to get some wiring, clean this up, and make it how I want to. So let's go ahead and try to crank it up this way. I somewhat set the timing on there on the distributor. It should crank up. Let's see what happens. Oh, let's see what happens, and hopefully no more leaks. Dang it. Okay, I gotta give it gas. There you go. Perfect, guys. Alright guys, so here it is. It's outside. I put the headlights in. I'm not going to be pulling all the way out because it does have a welded diff. And it's going to be a pain in the ass to actually push it out and push it back in. So I'm not going to worry about that. But as you can tell, right now it's kind of mocked up in place. It's not all even yet. But this kit's going to be going on this car here eventually. Once I get this all running, I'm going to start doing some body work and getting it all prepped up. But it does look really good on the car itself. It's a brand new one. Like I said, I have a video on this. I actually picked this up in Georgia for 700 bucks, and it's a brand new kit. The guy got rid of the car, didn't need it around, so I decided to take the 6-hour drive to Georgia and pick up this kit. Besides that, it's really nice. It hasn't been mounted or anything at all, but I actually like it, guys. I'm a big fan of it. I'm gonna try to get this done today, like I said, so we'll see how things go. Does need some new wheels everywhere, so I'm gonna clean up a little bit more and then sand the whole car down to complete. All right guys, so I'm not gonna be putting everything in this video. Like I said, I want to have this thing completely done by the end of the video, at least ready for the first test drive, but that'll be in the next video. But it is running, but I wanted to add it a little bit extra into this video, getting the whole car prepped from the inside, getting all the wiring completely done, organized, tucked in place, bolted down, zip tied down, whatever you want to call it, and also getting that battery relocated. But right now I'm complete. I completed the interior. I cleaned it up a little bit more, and as you can tell, really clean now. Put the steering wheel in place, put the seat back in place. I think I should be good where it's bolted in place. I haven't sat down in place just yet. ECU is in place. Harness is all zip tied down to the chassis, and all the wiring here went straight to the back. It's pretty clean. I like it. It does run, thank God. All this stuff over here for the speaker wires is going to be all tucked in place as well, but I'm not doing that just yet. But besides that, guys, we are good. And I think this should be it for the video. There's nothing else for me to show you. Till next time, I'll get this thing buttoned up, and then hopefully on the next one we'll actually have this thing running, drivable at least, because I do have a good bit more to do, like I said. But I think that should be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoy the progress of the car getting completed. So other than that, guys, I still need a hood. That's a Zanky hood. I need a kooky hood for this car, and I gotta start bolting in these headlights, the panels, and all that stuff, but not just yet. So other than that, guys, see you on the next one. Peace.